Welcome back to the Formula One World Championship in what is probably effectively 2027 now in save. F1 24, 25, 26. Season 4 is F1 27. Although everything looks the same. Apart from the fact that Lando Norris is leading the championship. That's been the same for quite a while, unfortunately. And, well, him winning races, at least, has been the thing for quite a while. And most recently, he swapped over with myself at the top and then unceremoniously has stayed there. My recent form is 8 second, 8 second. So let's not come 8th today, shall we? Here in Baku, we have finished 2nd previously in our career. We've also finished 5th and 8th. So, aiming for points, but obviously we want to win. We need to close that gap to Lando Norris. It's 32 points and counting at the moment. Charles Leclerc is falling behind. Lewis Hamilton is nowhere at the minute. It's a 2-horse race as it stands. And unless anything happens with myself or Lando, Charles is just going to fall further and further behind at the moment, unfortunately for him. But at the minute, I'm falling further and further behind Lando Norris, and we cannot afford that. So we're going to put some more warm parts in for practice. Thankfully, it's fully dry here in Baku, so should be a straightforward either 1-stop medium hard or 2-stop medium hard medium. Not sure yet. We'll wait and see what the tyre wear is like. Likely to be quite high. So we'll do our absolute utmost. If ever there was a place where we might stand a chance of beating Lando, perhaps Baku is it, where could be chaos with safety cars and red flags, etc. We've known the like before. We might need to know the like again to stand a chance of beating him. But he is, what, 7 wins in a row now, is it? Pretty sure it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, God! 7 in a row. Let's not let him win 8, shall we? Good. Operation Stop That Papaya is underway. Right, practice done, and we're in a giant conundrum because we are faster through a whole lap with more downforce. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be uncompetitive in a straight line with that high downforce. And I kind of need the straight line speed against the AI to be competitive in the most important areas of the track where overtaking is done. So I'm a bit of a conundrum here where I don't know whether to prioritise outright lap time or prioritise straight line speed for overtaking. I would lean towards outright lap time because then in moments, well, I don't know. You'd be better off with more downforce and outright lap time for making the most of coming out of the pits when you've not got DRS on anyone else, etc. And you could just, when you're in free air, and you could just nail rounds. But then if you need to get some overtaking done or need to not get overtaken, then we need to be fast in a straight line. I'm going to go with the slightly higher downforce, faster lap time, and then try and be tactical with the strategy. But I've got to qualify well first, and the qualifying practice program said I'd be last, so it might all be worth nothing anyway. This could be what kills our championship hopes. I don't want to know. I was previously running 24-15. I was previously running 15 rear wing. Now I'm running 28. Nearly twice. Faster in a lap, but down the straight, I'm not going to be. See, what would be good would be if you had access to what's available in real life, which is your teammates' data. And if you could share setup data with your teammate in-game, just like you can IRL, then I might be able to see what wings Charles is running, what wings George is running, and be able to make a decision based off that. But I can't see what setup George is running. So I have no idea what decision to make. And I can't, if I go out in quality and I've gotten it wrong, then I'm in part firming conditions, I can't change anything. We are putting in a... Holy moly, that might be me out. 14th. God damn it. I went with low downforce in the end. I switched my decision right at the death when I saw the times that the other drivers were putting in quali. My fastest in practice was a 37.6 with the higher downforce. That was a 37.2 with the lower downforce. And my 37.6 in practice was significantly faster than anything I did with lower downforce. So it must just be atmospheric conditions and the changes we made to suspension, etc. But just through 8/10 off the lead and 3/10 off any chance of getting into the top 10. I'm going to need to pull up everything to get into Q3 here. This is going to be probably the race weekend that puts the final nail in our championship coffin. Play 7-1. It's faster than I went in Q1, but I don't think it's through. No, 13th. Meep. Even with low downforce, imagine if I was running high downforce, I'd probably be absolutely nowhere. Okay, I was only a 10th up. Jesus Christ, George just put in a 35.6. He must have had a slipstream. I refuse to believe that George Russell did not have a slipstream with a 35.6, half a second faster than anybody else. 1.4 seconds off the pace. Okay, mate. Bye-bye, championship. George did a 35.6 in Q2. What were they in? Yeah, 36 flat in Q3. He absolutely got a slipstream of some description in Q2. George is on pole and Charles second though. Alonso and then Hamilton. Lando's nowhere near the front. Lando P5 only. It's good for me. I'm obviously 13th, so not great for me. But Lando not being right at the front from the off is good for me. We'll start 13th. We can be aggressive with driving style. We could be aggressive with strategy because our tyre wear is supposedly very good.
Mate, I really got the taste for that champagne last time out, so let's see if we can keep that
I would lean
and bring another bottle home.
I would lean one stop here over two stop. I think one stop's the way forward for me. One stop, box early, gun it. I'm sure a one stop's going to be the way forward. Can we make it slightly? I'm sure a one stop. And then we've still got another set of medium tyres and or soft tyres if there's a safety car or some such. I think one stop around about where they do. I don't want to let them undercut me. I don't want to let them undercut me too much. To be fair, from 22 we can go back to 21 and it's slightly quicker supposedly. 20 is only 3/4 of a tenth slower, but then you go significantly slower there and there. So we'll box lap 20 from the mediums for a set of hards and do it that way. Imagine everyone else is on mediums. They are. A couple of hard runners. Piastri down in 15th in the McLaren on the hards. Both Mazzas on the hards. Okay. Both McLarens on the hards is intriguing. If I had more pace, I would be inclined to copy Lando. But I don't have more pace, so I'm not going to copy Lando. I'm going to go medium, then hard, and just pray for the best. And hope that if there is a safety car or a red flag, it happens after their second round of stops. So that they've stopped, again, I haven't. and then we can get a free pit stop. That's the plan. What we do with fuel, I'm not sure. It is a drinker here, so I'm very apprehensive to take any out. So I'm gonna basically gonna leave it where it is, effectively. Right, okay. From P13, what can we do? We need a helping hand or two. Gifts, please. Right, from a long way back. Can anything be done?
Parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the...
Pierre Gasly went P13 to P3 in Brazil last year. Max won from P17 in Brazil last year, IRL. It's a good start. Swing wide to avoid contact as best we can. Got a warning for the collision with Ricardo, but I don't really know, is it warranted a warning? And actually, we end up, in the end, losing a place. I thought I was going to make 2 or 3 there. Just got pinned against the wall twice. Taylor's going to go defensive. Oh my god. Nearly right into the back of Pierre Gasly. That was scary. Right, still P13 then. We've survived the opening few corners at Baku. Just. God, dearie me. Oh, I had a bit of a run there, but I just couldn't quite get on the... Alright, the gas soon enough. On the inside of Pierre here, though. Hello. Thank you, Pierre. That's P12. Got to take advantage of where I know I'm faster. And then try not fall too far behind through the parts of the track where I know I'm slower. Oh, man. This is going to be a long Grand Prix, but hopefully it's one that ends in a decent result for us. Yellow flag. Something's happened somewhere. It's behind, I think. I think Gasly's boxed. Yellow flag again. Teo's out. Teo Pourchaire from behind has retired. What's happened to Teo? Maybe his engine went? He was only a couple of cars behind us. Oh. Has he got a puncture? He's got a puncture. Look at the back of the car shake. Oh no, he's not got a puncture. That's weird. The back of the car was just vibrating here. It was like... I thought, oh, maybe he's got a puncture. But no, his tyres actually look okay. Just a mechanical fault for Teo Pourchaire. And I believe, yeah, Pierre Gasly has boxed. Race director. For front wing. I had a collision with... he had a collision with Ollie Behrman. I had a collision with Daniel Ricciardo right at the beginning. Gasly had a collision with Behrman, and it cost him part of his front wing. And as a result, he's had to box. So we're down a car, race-wise. We're up a position, race-wise. I'm going to have to make sure I'm within DRS here. Otherwise, I'm going to get dropped by those in front, which we cannot afford to happen. I'm not very good at this left-hander. Always leaves me on the back foot heading onto the big straight, but we're fine now. We're back within touching distance. Well within touching distance, actually. I'll try and save a bit of battery too. 4 laps down. 4% on wear on the rears. I'd be tempted actually to box when they do. If they're all going to box on 18 for medium, another set of mediums, I'd be tempted to just box when they box, rather than overcut by a couple of laps and probably lose DRS. George still leads. Lando's really struggling on those hards for pace, which is not good news for me longer term. Hopefully we can still make the one-stop strategy work. It's what McLaren are looking to do, just the other way around. Alternatively, I could maybe look to extend my medium set if I can cling on to Lando's DRS, maybe. I don't know. Lando might actually inadvertently help me. I want to start making moves, but I just don't have the balls to throw it up the inside of someone at the moment. I'm also worried or wary that if I do, we lose DRS on those in front, and it's just not worth it. Taking one position now, but potentially killing the chance of taking more positions later just isn't worth it. The only way you can guarantee it's the right thing to do to take a position is if you can stay well within a second of the car in front, which at the minute I just can't do. Happy enough how the race is going so far. I do still need to try my best to finish in front of Lando though, obviously. I'm well outside the points still. Charles Leclerc currently P3 will close significantly on myself and Lando as things stand. That might well bring the 2-horse race back to a 3-horse race if both myself and Lando have a poor result here. But Lando's not going to have a poor result here because it's going to be on the mediums at the end. So Lando's going to be very quick at the end of the race and going to be making overtakes left, right and centre. Still not sure whether it was the right call to start on the hards though. I could maybe contemplate throwing up the inside of one of these early first sector turns because they all back up. I'm just not sure it's worth it. Trying to put myself in Ollie Behrman's mirrors and put him off slightly so that he goes defensive and does that. Right. Now that was the risky move that I wasn't sure whether it was worth taking or not. Let's find out. And I need to try and close up on the group in front through the castle section to ensure we still have DRS down the main straight next time. So I'm going to have to drive this next part of the circuit perfectly because I need to find 3.5 tenths.
One more stop.
Oh, so a lot of one-stoppers then.
1 minute 41.7.
I thought some might too. I thought most might be twoing, but it seems the majority are one-stopping. Okay, that changes things slightly. It means it actually will be beneficial to undercut. Probably. Depends how quickly Lando's tyres become the better tyre to be. I've just noticed that Piastri's all the way at the back of that train now. Oscar Piastri's having a terrible time right now. George still leading. Charles second and Fernando third. Lando's still 8th, I think, in front of Sainz. Indeed he is. So Lando, as it stands, is still extending his championship lead over us. But not by much. I think my tyre wear is starting to be beneficial as well compared to theirs. We saw in the race strategy practice program that our tyre wear was about 20% better than expected. And we're starting to see that we are definitely having a pace advantage on the other drivers that started on the same tyre as me. So Lando's tyres are better than those around him at the minute. And I think mine are too. So it might be time to start making some moves of my own, or some more moves of my own. Although they're still pretty quick in a straight line, as you can see. Lando going for it on Albon. Ricciardo going for it on Sainz. I don't really want to make this 3 wide, if I'm honest. I would like to follow Daniel through on Sainz though if I can. And I have done.
Okay,
Ish.
good work.
Yeah.
Great pass.
We're in the points. It's P10. Thank you, Daniel. We orchestrated that well between us.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate.
I just made a lunge for the inside there. We tried around the outside previously and it hasn't worked. So if in doubt, pew! Daniel would have been proud of a move like that. He's also going to try and move similar to me, or on me, but I'm going to try and defend it a little bit. leaving racing room, albeit only just. We get the move done and secured. Now then, can we catch Albon and Norris in front? I don't think we'll be finishing any higher than a potential P7 or 8 today. Because look at the gap between Albon and Verstappen. It's huge, but we absolutely could finish in at least P7 and hopefully in front of Lando. Lando's definitely being held up, you're right.
Caution.
Caution why? Yellow flag in the first
We're
sector.
approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be
I think
on
it's
hards
George.
next time.
Is it George? There's bodywork on the track there. And I've just noticed that one of the Ferraris has pieced out in front. I think George might be walking wounded right now. Has there been an issue? George had a collision with Alonso on lap 18, which was the lap we've just finished. Not sure where it happened or when it happened. But Charles has disappeared out front and is on for the race win quite comfortably now. George has at some point had a collision with Alonso. Is he... Has he got any damage? Got any damage, George? He looks okay. Alonso... Oh, Alonso's missing the entire front left side of his wing. Alonso is going to be slow and it's going to hold up a group of cars. That could work into our favour as well if he doesn't pit. That might bring some of those forward cars back towards us a little bit. Yeah, you're not wrong. Hard work about to be ruined by the pit crew is probable. Dear pit crew, don't screw me over. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I've screwed myself over. Let's put the pit limiter on.
Right, let's go.
To be fair, 3.3 is still better than the 5.6 I might have got. Oh, others in as well. Others in as well.
Look after these tyres
So
now.
we're not the only one.
Finish the race on this compound.
And we are going to come out with Carlos Sainz. We're not the only one that's boxed early. And we've come out with Sainz. I think some of these that have gone to the hard now with me. Yeah, I was going to say, some of them that have pit now with me might be going medium 2 stopping. They are indeed. But Sainz has gone medium hard. We've gone medium hard. So if myself and Sainz now work with each other and just DRS off each other and try and lose as little time as possible, we might be able to get ahead of some of the others in front, longer term. Lots of drivers in the box in front. This is where the one-stoppers are one-stopping. Are we going to come out in front of Albon? I think so. I think so. 6.4 to Alonso in now P10. Obviously had to change his front, lost some positions. I think we'll be running, once all of the medium runners have boxed, a net P8 behind Lando, but Lando's going to then have to box on his mediums and make his way through a lot of traffic. Or box onto mediums, sorry, off his hards and make his way through a lot of traffic. Behrman is now past Sainz behind on his mediums. But obviously he's got a box again because he's only run a medium compound so far. So he might have a lot of pace now, but he's got to do another pit stop later. I don't think he'd make up enough time on a soft set to offset the pit stop. We're dropping Sainz though on this hard tyre, which is good news. If Ollie is genuinely that fast on the medium, take me with you in your DRS, pal. Other Aston in the box in a minute. I'm not going to fight Ollie here, I'm actually going to let him take me.
Hulkenberg is stopping now.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's P10. Now the plan is to try and stick with Ollie Behrman and those medium tyres if possible. Then literally as soon as those medium tyres become worse than our hards, I need to get the job done and we need to stay ahead of him and try and disappear. In the minute, we're running a net P8 after Lando and Oscar box. Being overtaken in front in a moment. Wait for someone to pull out. Alonso pulled out to the right, weirdly.
Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
That was a strange decision from... well done, Chess. That's a wall. Strange decision from Fernando to pull out to the right-hand side there. Guaranteed he didn't make the overtake, but fair enough. So P7 is in front of us with Piastri. Behrman has to box again. Piastri has to box again. Lando has to box again. And Alonso has front wing damage. So there is the potential, maybe, of a P6 here if Lando isn't able to make up enough ground on his mediums if he gets stuck in traffic, which hopefully he will do, but can't guarantee. Fernando looks like he might have some decent pace now he's in free air though. Surely we'd have more pace than Fernando with a fully intact car between now and the end of the race. I'm imagining Piastri and Lando might be in any time from now onwards for those medium tyres. 31-ish maybe, but potentially sooner. Lando's continued on, Piastri continues on. Behrman is going to take Oscar here. And I'm going to need to do the same relatively soon too, otherwise I'm going to lose track or just lose too much time. I can't get stuck behind Piastri. Just can't afford to do that. It's just going to go defensive in here. Wow. It's just going to lose us all loads of time, Oscar. And then you've double locked up your front tyres. Well done, pal. Fighting a losing battle here, Oscar. Just let me through. With minimal fuss, please, because Alex Albon behind is already closed by 8/10. Can't afford to let those behind get back within DRS range. It's just not going to help anybody's race other than theirs. Lando's in. Lando boxes. Piastri's probably going to do one more lap then. Even the squeeze. Through Piastri. And we're past Lando as well. Now I need as many cars to get past now as possible before Lando comes out the box. And I think Lando's, annoyingly, just going to come out in front of that whole group with the two Hasses. Lando's absolutely going to finish this race in front of me, annoyingly. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep him behind on medium tyres for more than 20 laps. It's just not going to happen. That sucks. We're going to be able to get to P6, and then we will lose P6 to Lando, I think. Piastri's boxed from behind, and Norris already has overtaken Albon behind me as well. Even when Lando has a bad race at the minute, which is the only standout in the last 8 races, we can't capitalise because I too am not having the best of Grand Prix. So he's still going to extend his championship lead over me. So frustrating. If we could have won this race with Lando finishing P6-ish, it would have done us the world of good in a championship fight. I feel like Lando against Max last year. Doesn't seem to matter what you do, ultimately, he's still going to win the championship. So much faster on those mediums, it's actually silly. Going to be close to like 2 seconds a lap. Just no point fighting it. I'm not going to be able to keep him behind, so...
Okay, focus.
Why bother?
To stay on form.
Down to P9. Get ourselves up as high as P7 by the end of the race, but P7 is our best end result here, unless there is a safety car or red flag, of which there is definitely a possibility in Baku. So we will keep our wits about us, but P7 is the current expected finishing position, even though right now we're P9. Big lunge up the inside of Alonso.
Nice move, good job.
He's still got remarkably good pace, despite only having 3/4 of a wing. Albon is right behind us now as well. Oscar Piastri sets the fastest lap. Alonso's going for it again. He's got good straight line speed in that Aston Martin. That DRS. This is going to bring Albon into play, which is going to throw our P7 into question as well. Albon's going to be quick too. Really intrigued to see how quick Williams are in Australia this weekend in real life. So by the time this comes out, we might be past the race weekend. Recording this on Thursday in real life, pre-Australian Grand Prix weekend, for those that are watching the YouTube vlog. Really intrigued to see how well Carlos and Albon can do this season in that Williams. Need to get past Alonso and stay ahead of Alonso, and then hope that he holds Albon up rather than me. Himself back into P8. We know that Ollie Behrman, currently in P7, has to pit again, so that would gift us P7, and then that would be where we'll end the race, I believe. Lando taken again. At some point soon, we should have a pace advantage over Ollie Behrman on those mediums, because they'll be wearing now. Put them on quite a while ago. We should hopefully be faster than him soon. We might even take the position before he pits. Lando already 5 seconds down the road. He's long gone. Oh, I was like, what?
Yes, mate.
No, we did expect that to happen, didn't we?
Nice work.
Behrman in the box then at the end of lap 38. But has set softs on to go to the end. So this is where we believe, barring a safety car or red flag, where our best finish could be. We will be under threat by Alex Albon behind, I believe, later in the race. But hopefully our good tyre wear will prevail, and we'll be able to maintain the gap. Lap 39 of 51, with 13 to go, including the one that we're on. P7. Lando might make more positions yet. He's coming up behind the group that is currently sat behind Lewis Hamilton in P3. Sorry, Max Verstappen in P3. Verstappen, Hamilton, Stroll, Norris. Norris could get himself onto the podium yet, which would be an absolute killer. If he's able to pull that out of the bag in the final few laps. He's going to have the tyre advantage on those in front of him. Thankfully, the gap to Alex Albon is growing again. So I think our tyre wear is our advantage at the minute to those behind. But yikes, Lando might yet make a lot more positions. Piastri's found some speed out of somewhere. It's just taken half a second out of myself and Alex. He may well get Alex before the end of the race. We're about to come around to start our final lap. Charles Leclerc has taken a very pleasing for him victory, which will bring him back into the title fight, with Lando finishing well down the order and myself even further so. Whether Charles can close the gap entirely, I'm not sure. Personal best lap of the race on the penultimate lap. So there's still pace for us in the car. 9 tenths now between Piastri and Alex. I think at Piastri may well get him on the run to the line. Hoping that Lando doesn't get anyone on the run to the line. He's got Lance Stroll and Lewis Hamilton right in front of him. He's just been sat there for a few laps in typical F1 24 AI fashion. Even though he's got multiple tenths of a second a lap faster potential in his tyres, he's just sat in a train. Which, on this occasion, I'm not too pissed off about, because it means he doesn't earn any extra points. So the gap between ourselves and Lando was 32, I think, prior to this Baku Grand Prix weekend. There you go, Charles Leclerc has won the race already. I'm not even anywhere near the end of the lap. I'm going to be close to a minute behind Charles on the end of the race. Lando's going to extend his lead on us by a couple of points, so it should be 34, I think, between myself and he.
Okay,
we know we go very well.
15.3 seconds.
We know we go very well in Las Vegas. We know we go very well in Qatar. We know we go very well in Abu Dhabi. We might have to rely on that end of season historical good result spree to get us something at the end of the season. My personal best lap of the race again on the final lap, and I wonder whether Piastri did get Alex Albon on the run to the line, who is finishing in 8th. Well, Piastri got driver of the day. I went 13th to 7th, so got an improvement of 6 positions. But if Piastri got him on the line, then fair play. It was Charles from George from Max, I think.
It's been an absolutely
no, Albon held on by about a tenth.
I can't wait to see what's next.
376, 481. Albon holds on for P8. I finish P7 and get 6 points. Lando finishes P6 and gets 8 points. And unfortunately, it's not a great weekend for me. It's not a great weekend for Lando. It's not a great weekend for Mercedes in the constructors either, because Ferrari have pulled away even further. My fastest lap on the last lap was a 140.001. Just out. And I have a funny feeling that might be the theory come the end of the season as well. Just not quite there. We'll do what we can between now and the end of the season. Obviously, I think it's Singapore next, which will be a brutally long Grand Prix. We know we can win in Qatar. We know we can win in Vegas. I don't fancy it in Texas, obviously, because we're never very good there. And there's a sprint there too. It is Singapore next. Brazil is an unknown at the moment because the AI have always been very, very strong there. So much so we took it off the calendar last year. We brought it back for this season. Charles is now only 2 points behind me. If we consider ourselves in the title fight, Charles Leclerc is there as well. Lando, 34 points clear of me, 36 points clear of Charles. And Ferrari are 36 points clear of us in the Constructors' Championship. So we went 8 second, 7th? First? Yeah? One better? 7th, first? I don't know. Singapore previously for us last season was a P6. The season prior to that was a podium in P3 and in the Haas. To be fair, in the Haas we got P6 as well. No, we didn't. That's George, my teammate. In the Haas we got... Oh, in the Haas we got P4. All right. Even better. So we've done okay there. Lando's win streak is over. Thank Christ for that. Where did Lando finish in Singapore last year? 3rd. Oh, good. And the year before, Lando finished 8th. More of that, please. We'll see what happens, but Singapore can go any which way depending on the weather. I don't know whether I'd prefer a dry or a wet Singapore, in all honesty. Probably I'd be more competitive in the dry. Mixed might throw up something entirely chaotic. We'll leave it with a balanced tyre set. We'll go to the race weekend in Singapore and we'll see what the weather looks like, because it could be anything. And what it is dry. Yeah. I think, yeah. But I'll let you know whether it's yeah or not by the end of the weekend. But it's dry at least, so it should only take about an hour and 45 minutes, not close to 2 hours. Yeah. Singapore is brutal. It's brutal enough on a controller, let alone when it's 60 degrees in the cockpit and you're driving around it for 2 hours straight at 180 miles an hour. Just ask George Russell, judging by Drive to Survive. That's all for me for today, lads. Thank you very much for watching the YouTube video. Do drop the video a like, do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.